Hello there! You're listening to Pinoy MCU Fan, a Filipino podcast where I get to talk about everything and anything Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm your host, Jim. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pinoy MCU Fan podcast. I am super excited to be recording season 2, episode 1 because it's been such a long time since I did my last episode. So recording this whole thing feels like the first time for me. So yeah, and again, disclaimer: if you guys can hear some weird noises in the background that I was not able to edit out, that means I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance if I'm not, kasi may init. So I had the AC on, and yeah, you might be hearing the AC, or you might be hearing the neighborhood that I'm in. So typical stuff. But I just want to apologize for that in advance. But anyway, going back to the podcast. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I'm so excited to be back and recording our first episode for season 2 because the last episode that I did was in May. I think it's sometime in May, and I did the season 1 finale on Multiverse of Madness. So my last episode last season was talking about Multiverse of Madness. And yeah, I took a break in June and July, but then it accidentally got extended until August, until mid September. So that's the reason why it took me a while to be here. So yeah, for I took June off because June is actually my birthday, so I took the whole month off. Just to have time for myself and all of that. And then I also took July off because we had a relative come over from abroad, so we want to spend time with her, right? And then one of the exciting things that I did in June was go on a vacation in Palawan, and Palawan was amazing. So if you guys are following me on Instagram at the dot Pinoy MCU Fan, I actually shared some of the stuff that I did in Palawan on that Instagram account. So it was amazing. There's this one time in El Nido that I saw one of the mountains and it looked a lot like the the what do you call that? Yung parang gates. Yung parang gate dun sa Talo where they keep the dweller in darkness. So that was amazing. And I posted it on my Instagram story and a bunch of you guys reacted to it. So it was like amazing. It was amazing. And then we also went to the crocodile farm crocodile farm in Palawan in Puerto Princesa. And it was amazing. I know there are like a bunch of crocodiles, but I took pictures with them and it kind of reminded me of alligator Loki. Okay, I know that like alligators and crocodiles are different, but it was the closest thing that I was I was ever with a reptile. So that was amazing. I'm like, oh my god, what if? Oh wait, yeah, wait. I think alligator Loki is an alligator, but the one in Moon Knight. Oh my god, I forgot her name. Is it Taweret? Oh no, not Taweret. Taweret is the cute one, the hippo, right? What's her name? Oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot. Moon Knight crocodile. The crocodile goddess. I forgot her name. I'm super sorry. What's her name? Crocodile. Oh, Amit. There you go. Amit. She's a crocodile, I believe so. Wait. Yeah. Hindquarters of a hippopotamus, of a hippo, and a head of a crocodile. There you go. I think I met Amit while I was in Palawan, but my mind was all over alligator Loki. So Loki, Amit, I'm so sorry about that. Um, yeah, but Palawan was amazing. Yeah. Okay, so since June, July, we went to Palawan. So the moment that we got back, I was like super ready to like record or comeback episode for season 2. But then I got sick. So I don't want to record anything if I sound sick because I don't want you guys listening to me while may sipon ako, and then I would sound muffled all throughout the episode. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just take August off again so I can get better and then release an episode for September, for early September. But then the moment that I got better, I got sick again. So I'm like, okay, holy shit, I am going to be delaying season 2 again because I got sick this September. So, so what I did was like, I took a break. I took a break, and as soon as I get better, thankfully I'm not sick anymore. So I'm here. I'm recording our season 2 for you guys. And yeah, I just share that because it was a crazy 3 month break. So it was it was crazy. Um so yeah, I guess this is like a reminder for everyone to stay safe. Okay, everyone stay safe. Drink your medicines, drink your vitamins, make sure to mask up. And of course, if you have protocols when you go home, do them. Because like, I mean, when every time we go home, we have to take a shower and, just to make sure like we're all cleaned up before we go inside our houses. So that was that's one of the things that we did. But I want to tell you guys that I did drink my medicines, I drank my vitamins, and I did mask up during my vacation. But sadly, I think the thing that got to me was the sudden changes in the temperature. So I wasn't really that sick. Sipon lang yung sakit ko. I didn't get fever or anything, but I did get cold. So that was still scary because you never really know. Um but yeah, just I want to make sure you guys, our listeners, are safe and healthy. So the sudden changes in the temperature really got to me because, mainit sa Palawan and then papasok ako sa hotel room na super lamig. And then I would go out, spend the whole day in the heat, and then I would sleep in a super cold room. And then, in the airport, it was like super cold. And then the moment that you land off, it's super hot. So it was really the constant changes in the weather. And then yeah, and then recently I think the August September times are like flu season, and then the weather is like changing from super hot to like rainy season. So that's all of those things really contributed why why I had to delay recording season 2. But since we are now here, I feel like everything kind of fell into place. Like I really am sorry that I had to record my episode like puro delay na lang. Everything was delayed. But here's the thing. I didn't even know that San Diego Comic Con was happening in August. So I'm like, holy shit, this is perfect. So I can share the upcoming MCU news with you guys and we can all fangirl, fanboy together. So that was amazing. But then August happened and then I got sick again. So I'm like, holy shit, I would be too late with the releases that's happening in the MCU. But then when I get delayed in September, I didn't know that in early September it's gonna be the Disney Expo, and we would be receiving the final set of MCU announcement for this year in Disney Expo. So I'm like, you know what? I feel like even though I'm delayed and I feel horrible about it, I feel like everything just still fell um, at the right time, I guess. so I'm pretty happy that we are starting off season 2. We are starting off season 2 fangirling, fanboying about the next upcoming MCU releases. Okay, okay. So before we deep dive again into the upcoming phases in the MCU, um, so for the past 3 months that I've been gone, we actually have several releases that I actually owe you guys a review of, or like parang thoughts ko lang on that show. So yeah, I think okay. So let me list down some of the things that we have going on from June to August. So we have Miss Marvel. Actually, for Miss Marvel, a funny thing about it is that I was in Palawan when the episode 2 came out. So I tried watching that episode while I was in Palawan in my hotel room. But the Wi-Fi in Palawan is like super super slow. Like I used my data, I used the hotel Wi-Fi, and it's still super slow. Like I cannot finish the whole thing in one go. So it was like buffering the whole time. It was crazy. But I still watch it though. But I didn't get to register most of it because I was like, it's buffering. I was like too annoyed with all the buffering that was happening. But yeah, but as soon as I got home, I catched up on every Miss Marvel episode that I missed while I was on vacation. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I really love Kamala Khan. I feel like I really connect with her because we're both fangirls, and I see myself in her. Also the family stuff that was really really fun to see, and I really enjoy how there's a really part of history in Kamala's story. So that was fun. So anyway, this is not about Kamala Khan. This episode is not about Kamala Khan, but I really do owe you guys my thoughts. I really owe you guys an episode on Kamala, on Miss Marvel, because I really enjoyed that show. It was amazing. Another one is that as soon as we got as soon as I got home from Palawan, Thor Love and Thunder came out. So I also owe you guys an episode on that. It was amazing. It was the first time that I actually had to miss a premiere because I told you guys before that I always try my best to be on the movie premieres, like the day that it comes out in the Philippines. I would watch it, but then naubos ko kasi yung work leaves ko sa pagpalawan. So I had to miss the Thor premiere. So I watched it the weekend of the premiere. So it's still pretty new when I watched it, and it's amazing. It's a good movie. I do have some thoughts that I did share on Instagram, but you guys know me. I always release an episode like months or weeks after the show or the movie came out. So it's more of like so I can like gather my thoughts because I'm not an opinion piece writer that I would need to like write a review the moment it comes out. So I'm not that kind of person. So I am more liberated, I think, in sense of like mas ano, like I give more time. I give more time before I share my opinions out in the world regarding the MCU releases that we have. But I really, really enjoyed Thor. It was a really, really good movie. And I was super excited to show it to my sister, to my little sister, because you guys know that in Thor there's this really fun scene with the kids. And like, you know what? If only I was a kid, I would totally like this movie. Because it's like a sense of like, I'm a hero for like an hour. And there was like, it was like super awesome. I showed it to my sister and she liked it. So yeah. So yeah, I owe you guys a review on that. Another one is that we had I Am Groot. I showed my sister that too, and she loved it. I feel like I wish it was like longer. Yeah, but I understand that it's like a kids show, so it's pretty short. But I don't know. It was fun. It was a cute little like cartoon skits. So yeah. And then after I Am Groot, we have She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Oh my god, I love Jennifer Walters. I really, really love her, and so far I'm liking it. I think when this episode comes out, it's gonna be on its fourth episode. I'm not sure, but the moment that is this season 2 episode 1 comes out of the Pinoy MCU Fan podcast, She-Hulk is almost ending in a few weeks. That's what I know, right? And yes, I'm super excited to see Daredevil. Yes, I miss him. I miss him so much. No, but yeah, I really do love Daredevil, and I'm super excited that he's coming back. He's coming back, you guys. And She-Hulk, Jen Walters, I love you. She's amazing. I love her so much. And yes, I do owe you guys an episode on this one. And I have a lot of thoughts. And if you're following me on Instagram, you'd know them already. Um, I am ready to fight anyone for Jen Walters. I love her. She's my queen. And yes, I just love her. She's so amazing. She's so fun. And she's so real for a super powered human. So for a superhuman, she's very real, and I truly appreciate that. So now that we're all caught up with the releases that we have so far, it's time to talk about the MCU announcement that we had at San Diego Comic Con and Disney Expo. Okay, now we're getting to the juice of the episode of our premiere, of our season 2 premiere. Okay, so the way that I'm gonna do this is that I'm going to be sharing the title of the title of the project, and then the release date, and then just some thoughts about it. So we're just really doing a quick rundown of the stuff that they announced in those two events. So I'm not really going deep diving on this. Oo nga, I'm not even going deep diving, pero sorry kung nasabi, kung nabanggit ko kanina deep diving. Parang, I don't know, I just miss saying deep diving because I always say it. I always say that in my past episodes. So, yeah, but anyway, this is going to be a quick rundown. So if you guys have been like, if you're like me who's been kind of late on the news, hopefully this rundown that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys is a helpful guide for you to get excited in the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay. First off, we have Werewolf by Night, Marvel Studios special presentation. So in my Google Docs draft, I actually had it as Untitled Halloween Special by Marvel Studios. So it's gonna be Werewolf by Night. It's gonna be released on October 7, 2022 on Disney Plus. So I think I'm not entirely sure what this presentation is about, if it's gonna be like a one like movie or if it's going to be a limited series or something like that. But I think from what I saw, it's gonna be like a short mini, it's like a short, I think, or like a mini film, like 30 minutes long or like an hour long. But I actually don't know. I actually don't know what Werewolf by Night is, but I do, of course, again, Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to be based on the Marvel comics. So I've read a lot of really excited fans commenting on Werewolf by Night. So if you are one of those fans who are like super excited, let me know. Please message me. Kasi ano, I have to admit I'm not a huge fan of like scary stuff because I do get scared easily. So I'm not like into horror or like creepy stuff. But since this one is Werewolf by Night, I think I would be able to watch it because again, this is the MCU. They're not gonna go into like the scary stuff. But Werewolf by Night is something supernatural, and it's the I think they did release like a short trailer online on YouTube. I can link it in the bio below. Yeah, it has this creepy cinematography, I think, because it's following like the early versions of like supernatural movies, I think, I believe. Yeah. See, I'm not entirely sure. And the reason why, because I'm not familiar with it. So I think that's okay. But yeah, I'm super excited. So right now it's already September. Oh yeah. Oh my god. October 7 is like super near. But what I do know about Werewolf by Night after watching the trailer is that I think the TVA is on it, which is weird because what Marvel Studios meant by special presentation is that it's not really part of the MCU. It's just a special presentation. Parang they're just doing a project that is outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So the reason why I still have it on my list because I saw the TVA. So I hope that means something in the bigger MCU universe, but if not, it's also okay. But it is also exciting to see how Marvel Studios are doing this special presentation, right? And yes, this is definitely one of the most different things that they've done so far. This is the most experimental, I guess. This is the most ito talaga yung nakakaiba sa lahat, 'di ba? It has a theme and it looks awesome. Even though I'm kind of creeped out about it, but I'm super excited for it. October is near, everyone. October is near. Okay, next one on the list, November 11, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So, we all know when the trailer dropped, everyone felt super sad because we all saw Chadwick Boseman, and they're going to honor his life in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm super excited. And again, I'm trying not to watch I'm trying not to watch it um like repeatedly. I'm trying not to watch any trailers that's going to come out after the initial trailer that came out recently. I'm trying to not. research more about Black Panther because I really want to go into the movie theater and just watch it like as is without prior knowledge of what's about to happen. But this is what we do know so far from the trailer itself. We all know that T'Challa is dead. T'Challa died in the MCU, which is great because we really don't want to see them recast T'Challa because Chadwick Boseman really did a great job playing T'Challa, and it will be hard to it's ano eh, we all associated Chadwick Boseman with T'Challa, that it will be hard to see T'Challa be played by somebody else. So it's also a way to honor his life because this is one of Chadwick Boseman's biggest roles when he was alive, and it's exciting and amazing to see that we are all going to be celebrating his life all at the same time in the biggest movie of his career, the biggest character that he's ever played, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm really excited, and I feel like I'm gonna cry when I'm gonna be watching Black Panther because when I watched the first Black Panther movie, I was really touched by it and the whole message that it has. So I'm excited for what's Wakanda Forever going to bring with us. And from the trailer, we saw that we're going to see a glimpse of Ironheart. 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 Ito na naman po, bulol na naman po ako. So we're gonna see a glimpse of Ironheart, and there's a snippet in the trailer that we saw M'Baku wearing the Black Panther suit. So I don't know what that means. Again, I don't know what that means. Maybe he's the next Black Panther. Maybe he's not. Or maybe I still have I still have a hope inside of me that Nakia is going to be Black Panther. Or maybe it's gonna be the sister Shuri. But we don't know. I have a feeling that all of them might might take the mantle of Black Panther because we all know that Shuri did make several suits right in the first movie. So I'm just thinking out loud. That's my theory for now is that kung ilan yung natirang suit dun sa lab ni Shuri, ayun din yung magiging Black Panther. You get what I mean? So far I think there's like 3 or 2 suits left. So that means we can have 2 Black Panthers. But yeah, that's just a theory of mine. But I'm still gonna go to the movie theater, removing all the theory inside my head because I really want to see this movie as is. So yeah, I'm super excited. And if you guys are going to watch um, Black Panther on November 11, okay, wait, I put on my notes November 11, but I think that is the U.S. release date. So for the Philippines, we're gonna be like a few days ahead. So I think we will be able to see Wakanda Forever on November 9. That's my guess. Because usually it's always on a Wednesday, the MCU releases here in the country, in the Philippines. So if you guys are going to be watching Wakanda Forever on its release date on November 9, please let me know. Baka magkaita tayo. Oh my God. And yes, I am located here in Metro Manila. So yeah, if taga Luzon ka, if taga Metro Manila ka, let me know so we can like say hi to each other, right? Yeah. And also the last thing that we have for this year 2022, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So release date is of course December because it's a holiday special. I think they're working on this, but I'm not sure if they're going to release a teaser trailer soon. But yeah, that's gonna be exciting because I actually miss Groot as well. And yeah, Peter Quill too. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed Rocket in I Am Groot. So I don't know, I just miss Rocket too. Oh, speaking of Peter Quill and Rocket, I actually kinda feel more into them because I'm listening to this podcast called Marvel's Wastelanders, and one of the seasons had Peter Quill and Rocket, and the chemistry of the two voice actors in that podcast was amazing. They made me miss the Guardians of the Galaxy, really, especially Rocket. So I hope I'm really excited to see them again this year. So hopefully they share a teaser trailer soon. Okay, so that's the rest that we have for 2022. We have three more releases for 2022. And yeah, we are now. I cannot believe this. We're almost done with phase 4 and we are entering phase 5. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're now in phase 5. We are entering phase 5. You know what? When I say it, it feels weird because I'm not ready for phase 5 yet. I feel like I'm getting old. No, 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 but yeah. Um but yeah, phase 5. Okay, 2023 is going to be phase 5. We're starting phase 5. It's official. Oh my god. Okay, so for early 2023, we're going to have season 2 of What If. Oh my god. What If? I really enjoyed the season 1 of What If, the all of the endless possibilities that they have. It's amazing. I enjoyed it really very much. So, I'm excited to see what kind of mix-ups or mash-ups or like cameos or like duos you're going to have for What If season 2. So, that's going to be early 2023. The next one is gonna be I have on my list is Secret Invasion. It's gonna be released next year, 2023. Although we're not sure yet which months or like season of 2023 we're gonna see Secret Invasion. But they already shared a trailer, a teaser trailer of Secret Invasion on Disney Expo, I believe. Yeah. They shared the trailer of Secret Invasion in Disney Expo this month, this September. So I'm super excited because we're going back to our like spy roots, you know what I mean? Um if you guys remember The Winter Soldier, it's a very spy film, you know what I mean? So Secret Invasion is going to be like that as well. Kasi secret nga eh. And it's giving me like, I don't know, it's kind of giving me like Bond vibes. And the only reason I said that because there's a lot of like British people in this movie. Speaking of British people, we're gonna be seeing Olivia Colman and Emilia Clarke. Holy shit! I'm super excited to see Nick Fury and Maria Hill again, but Emilia Clarke got me so hyped because I don't know, she's such a big actress. She is. Nako, nabubulo na naman po ako siya. She is. But yeah, she is such a big actress, and it's crazy because you know, like she's from Game of Thrones, right? So I don't watch GOT, but I do have friends who are like big GOT fans. So when a Secret Invasion trailer came out, they're all like messaging me like, "Hey, what is Emilia Clarke doing in the MCU? What is she doing?" And I'm like, "Girl, you know what? I don't know anything." Honestly, I don't know anything, but I do know she's like some kind of spy. But I don't know if Emilia Clarke is gonna be a Skrull, which is the alien, right, in Captain Marvel. But yeah, I don't think she's gonna be. I feel like she's gonna be an alien or like a spy. I don't know. If you guys have any idea what Emilia Clarke is gonna be, please don't tell me. Please do not message me. I kind of want to get like surprised. Like, what is Emilia Clarke's role in Secret Invasion? And yeah, and I do miss watching like spy kind of stuff in the MCU because you know how like I'm not really a big spy movie film fan, if that makes sense, because I feel like in regular spy movies I don't really understand much about what's happening because I have to admit I don't know much about the real life, what's going on in real life. So I kind of feel I don't feel connected when I watch spy movies, regular spy movies. But with Secret Invasion, since I'm so into the MCU, I feel like I'm gonna know what's happening, you know? Kind of like how I watched The Winter Soldier back then. I understand what's happening because I know what's happening in the MCU. We're going to have a limited spy series in the MCU. So I'm super excited for Secret Invasion, which is gonna come out next month. No, next year. Next month nasa isip ko, sorry. Next year, 2023. So, let me know if you guys are excited too. And oh my god, the next one. Okay, this is the first one that has a date in 2023. February 17, 2023, we are going to be seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania. I'm super excited for this one. I'm super excited because I really, really love Ant-Man. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I really, really love Scott Lang. I love Paul Rudd. I love Ant Man. And I always tell this story because Ant Man and the Wasp is one of the best movie premieres that I've been to. I told you guys this story that I went to Vegas and then I went to the movie theater in one of the casinos, and I think it was the premiere week of Ant Man and the Wasp, and then it was crazy. The whole movie theater was crazy, and it was the first time that I felt super alive with my fellow MCU fans because we all shouted at the end of on Ant Man and the Wasp, Ant Man and the Wasp. So yeah, it was amazing. So I'm super excited to experience that same feeling here in the Philippines. I know that I said in my Multiverse of Madness review that it was also a great movie because that's where I felt the spirit of the Filipino MCU fans that I've had when I was watching Ant-Man and the Wasp in Vegas. So pero feeling ko repeating that experience again with Ant-Man and the Wasp is excited. It is exciting. Oh my god, and also this is where we're going to have Kang. Guys, it's fucking Kang. Oh my god. You know, yung variant ni He Who Remains. This is where they are going to debut Kang. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna be calling Kang's debut in the MCU sa Loki because it's a different variant. So I wouldn't really count it as Kang. It's not Kang, it's he who remains, right? It's not Kang. But if we're gonna be talking about Kang, it's gonna be in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing Kang right. Is it Kang? Kang. What the hell, but yeah. I'm super excited to see Jonathan Majors be absolutely amazing in this movie. So I'm super hyped. I feel like February is just around the corner. So the holiday season is just around the corner. So it's really coming at us really fast. So yay. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, February 17. Okay. Okay. And then for May 5, 2023, we have the third volume of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is amazing. I'm super excited for this one because I really want to see what's we have a Filipino actor in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and his name is Nico Santos. He's a Filipino American actor. Nico Santos. I'm sorry, I had a weird accent. I had a weird accent with that, but no, he's a Filipino American actor, Nico Santos, and we actually saw him in Crazy Rich Asians. But I know that he's in a comedy sitcom called Superstore. So Superstore is I haven't watched Superstore, but I have this thing that I really enjoy watching, like snippets, not snippets, but like compilation of like scenes of sitcoms on YouTube, and Superstore is one of them. So I always see that Nico Santos in that sitcom, and yes, I swear to God, I'll start watching Superstore soon. But yeah, Nico Santos is gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I do not know what he's gonna be playing, but he's one of the main characters in the movie. So I'm super excited for that. And I hope that he's repping the Filipino flag again. Even though I know that baka alien din siya. Baka alien din siya. But I hope that we have a Filipino speaking alien, diba? Okay, so after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so for summer 2023, we're going to be having Echo and Loki Season 2. So for Echo, we're going to be having Alaqua Cox come back as Maya Lopez in her own TV series, which is amazing because we first saw Maya Lopez in Hawkeye last holiday season in 2021. So it's super excited to be seeing her again come back as Maya Lopez as Echo. And this time we are also seeing more of Kingpin, played by Vincent Dinoforio. I still don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I am super excited for this because Alaqua Cox is actually a Native American deaf actress. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of Native American and deaf representation in Echo, which is super exciting because I really enjoy watching ASL, and it's really fun. I hope that ASL is taught in classrooms. I wish I took ASL when I was in college. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting, and I know that this TV series is going to inspire a lot of Native American kids that hey, you can also be a superhero, and we have Echo Maya Lopez representing us. So I am super excited for Echo, which is coming out summer 2023. We still don't know which month, so summer season it is summer season, and also another summer season 2023 TV series coming out is season 2 of Loki. So we're gonna be seeing more of Loki and Sylvie right after the events of, what happened in Loki season 1 when Sylvie basically let the multiverse loose. So the Lokis are the reason why we have Kang. We have Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is also again exciting because I feel like Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is going to be connected to Loki season 2. And of course, okay, let's go back to releases that has dates. So, we have in July 28th, 2023, we're going to be having The Marvels with Monica, Carol, and Kamala. I'm super excited to see the three of them um together in this show. It's going to be in this movie, I mean, it's going to be amazing. So, I'm gonna be there again. I'm gonna be saving my leaves for July 28th so I can watch the Marvels in theaters. And again, I did say earlier that I really love Kamala Khan, so I'm really excited how she's gonna react seeing her fan. I mean, her idol in it like personally. So I'm super excited for that. I'm really super excited for the Kamala Carol interaction that we're about to see. So yeah, the Marvels, July 28th, 2023. Okay, so on my list we have two more releases that does not have. Yeah, I have more for 2023 that doesn't have any dates. So for fall 2023, we're gonna be seeing Ironheart. So we also saw a snippet of her in Wakanda Forever, but I think in Disney Expo they actually showed like a teaser trailer of Ironheart. So I haven't been on Twitter to see that footage, but if you guys have any footage of that, please send it my way so I can see what's gonna happen soon. I'm super excited for Ironheart because we all know that we've all missed Iron Man. I know that they're kind of they're not related but related still because we all know that Ironheart is inspired greatly by Tony Stark. So again, it's gonna be if is I don't know like every little detail wherein we can see Tony Stark is super exciting for me because we all know that we've missed him, right? We all miss him, and yeah, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Someone's gonna be taking your place soon. No, I'm kidding, but yes, Ironheart Fall 2023. Another Fall 2023 release that we're gonna be seeing is X-Men 97. So this one, I we have one of our listeners tell me that X-Men 97 is actually not part of the MCU, but it's gonna be a project by Marvel Studios. So it's interesting to see what it's gonna be about. I know that X-Men, this one, X-Men 97 is gonna be it's a cartoon show similar to the 90s X-Men's cartoon series that I know that a lot of you grew up watching. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, hindi pa ako pinapanganak ata nung mga panahon na yon. So I don't know. I'm not familiar with it, which is I'm honest about. But I'm excited to watch this because I do miss the X Men as well, and yeah, I wanna see how Marvel Studios are gonna be um presenting this classic TV show that I know a lot of you guys really loved growing up. Yeah, and again on November, so for November 3, 2023, we're gonna be having Blade, Blade the movie. I know everyone is super excited for Blade. I'm also excited for Blade. I remember watching the first yeah, I remember watching Blade when I was young, but since it's about vampires, and again, I said earlier that I don't like scary movies, so I'm actually scared of Blade. Yeah, like the movies back then, cuz I'm like super young and I'm scared of like scary movies. So Blade is definitely super familiar with me. I'm familiar with Blade in a sense that oh yeah, that's the movie that I grew up watching, but I didn't like it, so I'm scared of it, if that makes sense. So I don't have any recall of what Blade is about, but I do know it's scary and it scared me when I was young. So I'm excited to watch Blade now as an adult and with Mahershala Ali playing Blade. So that's gonna be amazing. I'm sorry if I butchered his name, Mahershala Ali. Yeah, there you go. And in winter 2023, we're gonna be seeing Agatha, Coven of Chaos. So that's gonna be amazing because I also missed Agatha. And Agatha Harkness is the witch from WandaVision, right? So yeah, so that's what we have so far for 2023. And oh my god, we're almost finished again with phase 5. So in the first part of 2024, we're going to be having in spring 2024, we're going to be having Daredevil Born Again, which is super exciting because I really really love Daredevil. So we're going to be seeing Daredevil and Kingpin again. And they they announced this in Disney Expo. They had Charlie Cox, who plays Matt Murdock, and Vincent, that I cannot pronounce the last name, Kingpin, come out to the stage to greet the fans in Disney Expo. So yeah, Kingpin and Daredevil saying hi to fans, and Charlie said something during that panel in Disney Expo. He said something like, "We're excited to be starting over again," which is kind of, it kind of makes me nervous because I don't want any starting over again with Daredevil. But then it's on the title. It says Daredevil Born Again, and I actually made like I made a joke on my Instagram account saying that, oh, born again siya. Very kala ko ba Catholic siya. I made a joke like that, and then one of our followers, oh yeah, one of our fellow podcasters commented, and it was like so funny. It every time I remember it, it makes me laugh because it's pretty funny, right? Daredevil, kala ko ba Katoliko ka, born again ka pala. But yeah, it's the title is very on brand for Daredevil anyway, because we all know that it's under the MCU, but like it's with a partnership with Netflix, I believe. But then now that MCU, I mean Marvel Studios are now buying the rights to their stuff, to Marvel stuff. So I think it's meant to be din talaga that Daredevil is gonna be in the MCU now. We first saw Daredevil Matt Murdock in we first saw Matt Murdock in Spider-Man No Way Home. And then if you guys have seen Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff, which I did watch recently, you're gonna be seeing more of Matt in that version of the movie, which was exciting. Yeah, and then yes, in She-Hulk, we're gonna be seeing Matt again, and oh my god, I really cannot. I'm super excited for Daredevil. So yeah, spring 2024. Okay, next up we have, oh my god, we have on May 3, 2024, we're gonna be having Captain America New World Order. Nako, nako, saglit. Captain America New World Order. Kinabahan ako kasi baka hindi ko na naman siya ma-pronounce. But yeah, so we're gonna be seeing Anthony Mackie, the Falcon, Sam Wilson, our Captain America. I know there's a lot of like conversations about that. Like, no, he's not our Captain America. And like, no, I don't care what you guys think. Captain America is Anthony Mackie. It's Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson is Captain America. The Falcon is Captain America. Sam Wilson is America. Is Captain America. See, sa sobrang G ako, medyo nalito na ako. Pero no, yeah. The sentiment still stays the same. Sam Wilson is our Captain America. Okay, he is Captain America. Um, Few more exciting things about Captain America New World Order. Bakit kasi ang daming O tapos ang daming R? Captain America New World Order. We're gonna be seeing Isaiah Bradley in this movie, which is one of the most important parts of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That episode with Bradley was really it was really a tearjerker for me. I cried in that episode, and with what's happening now, especially in the U.S. with what's happening in the U.S. Isaiah Bradley's story is very important, and I love how the Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended the series by telling the world about Isaiah Bradley. And it's super important for us in our current generation to always remember the past, to always learn from the past, always know the truth behind our past because it will always, always, always be important for our future. So super excited for how this movie is going to be sharing Isaiah Bradley's story, you know, especially now that our Captain America is black. So, yeah, and also we are going to be seeing more of Joaquin Torres, which is actually rumored to be the next Falcon. So, I don't want to go deep into the theory and like guessing game, but I'm excited to see more of Joaquin Torres. Okay, and also so far this is what we have last for phase 5. We have for July 26, 2024, we have the Thunderbolts. Oh my god. This one I'm super excited about this one too because I again I if you guys are new here, I want to tell you guys that I am not a comic book reader. So I most of the stuff that MCU is putting out is I don't read them from the comics. I always find them out while I'm reading or like researching online. But for the Thunderbolts, um I actually didn't hear it from Marvel Cinematic Universe from Marvel Studios when they were announcing the future projects. I actually learned about the Thunderbolts in a podcast show that I was listening to, which is called Marvel's Wastelanders, and it has 5 seasons now. It's on its finale season, and that's where I learned about the Thunderbolts. And I'm like, hey, wait, they sound pretty good. And then I have this Marvel Universe Encyclopedia, and then I always read through that because it's an amazing book. So I opened it under Thunderbolts, and then I read everything about the Thunderbolts in that encyclopedia, and I'm like, you know what? It's led by Baron Zemo. So I'm like, you know me, if you read something from the comics or from something Marvel related, all you have, like for me, if you're an MCU fan, you cannot help but think like, oh my god, what if they bring these characters into the MCU, into the movies? And I was like, oh, I had that same thoughts with Thunderbolts, especially knowing that the Baron Zemo is the leader behind the Thunderbolts in the comics. So I was super excited to have that happen in the MCU. And then San Diego Comic Con happened, and then they announced the Thunderbolts, and I'm like super excited. I told my boyfriend about it. I'm like, hey, I learned about the Thunderbolts in this podcast, and then I read about them in this encyclopedia, and then now I cannot believe that they're going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then I'm like, it's pretty obvious if you know the premise behind the Thunderbolts. So, according to the encyclopedia, according to Marvel Comics, the Thunderbolts are a group of like supervillains that became superheroes because the Avengers and the Fantastic Four are already dead. So what Baron Zemo did is that he created this group of supervillains that he made into superheroes so that they can fill the void that the Avengers and the Fantastic Four left behind because they're all dead now. And then of course, knowing Baron Zemo had this plan that okay, as a team, as the Thunderbolts, we're gonna be like Avenger levels famous. We're gonna be Avengers, Fantastic Four levels of famous, and then we're gonna gain the trust of the government, of the people, and then once we're on the top, we're gonna sell these stuff to the criminal underworld. So we're gonna have a lot of money, and we're basically super villains on top. You know what I mean? Like they're like superheroes. They're a bunch of super villains disguised as superheroes. But then the Thunderbolts, the members are having this dilemma that wait, am I really a supervillain? I actually enjoy being the superhero. And they're having this dilemma. So knowing that from reading the encyclopedia, I cannot help but think that, oh my god, we have characters like this in the MCU. So, in Disney Expo, in the recent Disney Expo, Kevin Feige actually announced the lineup for Thunderbolts. So, as I've said earlier, Valentina is super obvious, and then so far, Valentina talked to two characters, right? Valentina talked to US agent John Walker and then Yelena Belova, the Black Widow. Black Widow, Yelena Belova. But Kevin Feige announced the lineup. So we have Valentina, we have US agent John Walker, we have Black Widow Yelena Belova, we have the Red Guardian. Yes, you heard me right. You heard me right. We have the Red Guardian. Ant-Man and the Wasp's Ghost. Remember, yung nagfe-phasing siya. And then also Black Widow Taskmaster. And Here's the thing. They also have Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, in the lineup of the Thunderbolts. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So when I first heard of this recently, I was super shook because there is no way Bucky Barnes would be in the same group as John Walker. That's one of the things that I and like the history behind the Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, John Walker, Yelena. The history behind them is something that Bucky Barnes healed from. He went through a rigorous rigorous path of healing himself from his past. That is very similar to the stuff that Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster is doing. You know what I mean? And then he's gonna be part of a team with them, which is surprising to me because why would you put a character that has healed from that experience and then you're putting him back there in that experience? So that was like it was a very weird. I don't know. It was a very weird for me when I first found it out. But then when I watched the announcement, Sebastian Stan said something like, "These are my people." That's what Sebastian Stan said, and it made me think like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But wait, are you telling me that Bucky Barnes is having a relapse in his Winter Soldier ways? You know what I mean? But I hope that this would be like, I really love the Winter Soldier, so this one is kind of making me nervous, but I'm excited because this is the first time that we're gonna see. I guess this is a good. This is going to be a good what do you call this? This is a good trial, I guess, for Bucky Barnes to see if he is able to control or suppress or he totally removed the Winter Soldier program from his system. Because if you have someone like the Winter Soldier in a group like that, with a history like the one that I said earlier, a group of supervillains, it's scary they might use him again, you know what I mean? And also, if you guys notice, the Thunderbolts have like three they have like three super soldiers in one group. So it's kind of interesting what they're trying what they're trying to take down this time. Like what's happening? Like what's the mission here? Why do you need three super soldiers in one team? So it's super exciting and it's making me curious like where is Kevin Feige going with this? But just like Kevin Feige, I'm also super excited for this. So yay! So that's gonna be on July 26, 2024, and that is the last 2024 release that I have on my list, and it's also the last release we have for Phase 5, diba? So okay, we already have Phase 6. Yes, grabe, ang line na nila. Pero, only one release in Phase 6 is actually no, we have multiple releases in Phase 6 that already has a date. So the first one on my list is 2024 November 8th, 2024. We're going to be seeing Fantastic 4. We're going to be seeing Fantastic 4 in the MCU, which is exciting. I keep saying that I'm excited because I am. And initially, Fantastic Four is meant to be directed by Spider-Man home trilogy director, but he had to step down because he has to take a break from making superhero movies, which is understandable. So the new director for Fantastic Four is gonna be WandaVision director Matt Shackman. So I am curious to the way that we're gonna be seeing Fantastic Four, but we all know that we all loved WandaVision, so we're at the good hands. We are under good hands with Fantastic Four. And yes, I know that you guys are like super curious with the casting. There are still no casting. Wala pa ring casting news about it. So hopefully maybe next year, 2023, we're going to have the cast list for Fantastic Four. So, oh my god, I really hope it's John John Krasinski, but I don't think it's gonna be him because he's too old now. I know that there's been a fan casting of John Krasinski and his wife Emily Blunt. I mean, so I don't know, they're so perfect, right? To be Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, but we all know that the MCU is a long game, and the Fantastic Four in itself is a remarkable group of people. So I do think that we would need a little younger set of cast. But I really hope, I really hope that it's gonna be John Krasinski and Emily Blunt leading the Fantastic Four. But I'm not the director. I'm not doing the casting call for this one. So we would have to lay this into the hands of the Marvel Studios executives. So, oh my God, Fantastic Four is one of the I know everyone loves Fantastic Four, so I know. And this is the third remake again, so I hope a third ba or like fourth. But like in my lifetime, well, so far in my age, I've witnessed two sets of Fantastic Fours. So this is gonna be the third. Hopefully, the third time is a charm. Kind of like how we all grew up with Spider Man, right? So hopefully, this time is the charm. Okay, and in 2024, we have walang season, just a year. So in 2024, we are also set to watch Spider Man Freshman Year, which is a limited series and it's going to be cartoon. And we don't know what's going to be happening there. And also, another 2024 animated series is gonna be Marvel Zombies. So, I also don't know what's happening in Marvel Zombies, but I think it's kind of like similar to the zombie episode in What If, I think. Or like that's the premise of that, I believe, but again, I'm not sure. So, but for Spider-Man Freshman Year it's gonna tackle just like the title says, we're gonna be tackling freshman year of Spider-Man of Peter Parker, our beloved Peter Parker, and we're gonna be seeing how he adapted into the spider sense when he got bitten by the radioactive spider. So yeah, and that's for 2024. And the rest on my list for Phase 6, I already have the list here for the two Avengers movies. So for May 2, 2025, we have Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Oh my god. I just said earlier, I love Kang. I love Jonathan Majors, so it's gonna be exciting how they're gonna be doing that comic run of Kang in Avengers. And we all know when we talk about Kang, it's gonna be multiversal stuff. So oh my god. Oh my god. That's all I can say. So and then that's for May 2, okay? Avengers The Kang Dynasty, May 2, 2025. And then on November 7, 2025, we're going to be seeing Avengers Secret Wars. I have a friend who's like messaging me about Secret Wars. I'm like, you know what? I've always had this feeling that we're gonna be going to Secret Wars soon. I'm like, yeah, you say that, and then the moment that they announced this in August, my friend was like, I told you so, and I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm like, it's such a weird exchanges of messages, but we're both excited. My friend and I are excited. My boyfriend and I are excited. I know you guys are excited. So everyone's excited because it's been a long time since we've had an Avengers movie, right? And we all know the yung tradition that we have with Avengers. So right now we're kind of in the murk. It's kind of murky because we don't know if we still have an Avengers, like a group of Avengers, but we do know that we have Avengers members. You know what I mean? They're all members. Like right now, we have members of the Avengers, but not the main Avengers because two two of our main Avengers are gone. So we're left with four, and we don't know what's happening with them either. So, oh yeah, wait, two are dead, and then the one is like somewhere in a retirement home. So, but it's gonna be amazing, but because we all know that when we say Avengers, it's gonna be like a team up of all of the superheroes that we've seen so far. So I'm glad that that Marvel Studios are keeping that tradition alive. So yeah, that's what we have for today's rundown of everything Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, if you guys have any shows or movies or TV series that you were excited to watch, please let me know. You guys know how to contact me. It's on Instagram at the dot Pinoy MCU Fan. And yeah, I owe you guys a lot of episodes, I know, but this is it for now for our episode 1, this second season. So let me know what you guys think. Bye. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To connect with me, you can follow me or message me on Instagram at the dot Pinoy MCU Fan. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!